And let's shift our focus to Bangladesh, where there is clearly no end to atrocities against Hindus and the rise in radical extremism as well. In fact, we have a statement now coming in from Muhammad Yunus, the interim government chief, who says that they will be seeking extradition of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and they would try and engage in talks with India to extradite Sheikh Hasina. Let's listen in to that statement coming in from Muhammad Yunus.
প্রতিটি হত্যার বিচার আমরা করবই। জুলাই আগস্ট হত্যাকাণ্ডের বিচারের যে উদ্যোগ আমরা নিয়েছি তার কাজও বেশ ভালোভাবে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে। প্রকৃত স্বৈরাচার শেখ হাসিনাকেও আমরা ভারতের কাছ থেকে ফেরত চাইব। কেবল জুলাই আগস্ট হত্যাকাণ্ডই নয়, আমরা গত 15 বছরে সব অপকর্মের বিচার করব। অসংখ্য মানুষ গুম হয়েছে, খুন হয়েছে এই সময়ে। প্রতিটি হত্যার বিচার আমরা করবই। জুলাই আগস্ট হত্যাকাণ্ডের বিচারের যে উদ্যোগ আমরা নিয়েছি তার কাজও বেশ ভালোভাবে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে। প্রকৃত স্বৈরাচার শেখ হাসিনাকেও আমরা ভারতের কাছ থেকে ফেরত চাইব। কেবল জুলাই আগস্ট হত্যাকাণ্ডই নয়, আমরা গত 15 বছরে সব অপকর্মের বিচার করব। অসংখ্য মানুষ গুম হয়েছে, খুন হয়েছে এই সময়ে।
And joining us on the broadcast is Achal Malhotra. She's been former ambassador to Armenia and Georgia. She's even served as the deputy permanent representative of India to the United Nations. Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. We just heard Muhammad Yunus. He says that the country would be seeking extradition of Sheikh Hasina. How do you view this, given the kind of radical extremism we are seeing in the country, and the very fact that Khan Yunus is actually losing grip of Bangladesh?
Good morning. Thank you for having me on your show. Well, yes, Muhammad Yunus is doing what he has to do because he has to respond to this sentiment prevailing at the moment in Bangladesh. There is a demand for Sheikh Hasina to come back because if you recall the circumstances under which she had to leave her country and the kind of radical elements taking over, so the next obvious step was to try to put a lot of pressure on Sheikh Hasina and his aides and his family, and so there is a demand and he's trying to play to the galleries. But I think the point is he said he will. I'm not sure whether a formal request from the interim government has come to India or not yet. But yes, apparently they are preparing a ground for it because they have charge-sheeted her, sort of issued a warrant against her, and they are holding her responsible for all those supposed crimes which supposedly she did, which are covered in a way under the bilateral extradition treaty which India and Bangladesh signed in 2013, and then there was an amendment to it made in 2016. But we must understand, if there is an extradition treaty, that doesn't automatically mean that the requested state will oblige the requesting state. We have many cases where all such requests have been pending for years together. In fact, Bangladesh, on request for the extradition of certain people from Canada who were considered to be involved in the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is pending even after 50 years. And further, the extradition issue is not just a legal issue. Whether the existing extradition treaty covers or provides for, or do we have the right to refuse? These are very complicated legal issues. But this is not a mere legal issue. It has geopolitical, strategic importance. Here we are talking about the head of government of a very, very friendly country at that point of time. And we all know that, during Sheikh Hasina's tenure, whenever she was in power, and now for the last 15 years, India's relations with Bangladesh had improved considerably, and she was instrumental also in, particularly in the area of security, anti-insurgency. In fact, the whole rationale behind this treaty was to address the issue of insurgents and terrorists operating from across the border, India-Bangladesh border. It's a very, very difficult issue, and India will have to take a it's going to be a very, very difficult decision to be taken.
Yes, but Mr. Malhotra, if you can quickly explain this to us, is India obligated to oblige Bangladesh at this point in time, or it can put its foot down that for now that's not going to happen?
No, as I said, it's a political decision, but in all probability, and also the extradition treaty does have provisions, certain articles under which India can invoke. There is one particular article when India, which says that if the extradition is being sought, all the charges have been made, all these requests is this is not in good faith. The charges made against her are not in good faith, and this is a political vendetta. So we can invoke that and prolong this process for years together. But what impact will it have on our relations with Bangladesh? That is to be carefully weighed. In any case, with radical elements taking over in Bangladesh, the probability of anti-India insurgents getting reactivated with or without the support of Bangladesh cannot be ruled out. So it's a very complicated issue, but at this point of time, I don't think India is going to accept the request as and when it comes. At this point of time, Muhammad Yunus is only saying they will do it, and prima facie they are also preparing for it. As I said, they have issued warrant, their charges are such which are covered partly under the treaty. Then they are talking about the red notice alert with Interpol, and So he is trying to tell his audience that yes, he's making efforts to get her and about another 700 odd, another 48, Bangladeshis who they think were involved in what they call as crimes against humanity.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Achal Malhotra, we'll have to leave the discussion at that, but appreciate you joining us on the broadcast, and apologies for getting the name wrong in the beginning.